Shalom, Saint. I'm inviting saints around the world to pray concerning our prayer stations and to join one or more of our prayer stations. We've established 13 prayer stations, and I believe by being actively involved in our prayer station, you are part of the instrument of Jehovah in the advance of the gospel of the kingdom of Elohim and the disrupting of the purposes of the adversary. The mission of the House of Israel Prayer Station is establishing a global prayer station to advance the gospel of the kingdom of Elohim and to disrupt the purposes of the adversary. The time for lukewarmness, the time to be sluggard, the time to be lethargic is over. Now the time to strengthen our feeble knees and rise up and pray. Jehovah wants us to be actively involved in the advancement of his purposes on the earth. Today we are looking at prayer station 8, prayer for schools and youth. Schools and youth. At the wake of this morning, I was reading an information and news on the internet where there was a shooting, 19 children and 2 adults killed in Texas elementary school. The massacre at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, is the worst school shooting at a U.S. grade school in a decade. News like this and many more reminds us of the need to be deeply sensitive to the activities of the adversary and to begin to engage in spiritual warfare to disrupt the activities of the wicked. Now, at least 19 children and 2 adults were killed in a massacre at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, Tuesday, in the worst school shooting in a U.S. grade school in a decade. The suspect, an 18 years old male, can you imagine? Salvador Ramos launched his attack on Robb Elementary School wearing body armor and armed with a long rifle, according to officials from the Texas Department of Public Safety. Now, when Jehovah began to alert me on the need for us to awake and take full responsibility to counter the works of the wicked, I knew this kind of attack and many more will increase in our world, our state. So it's time for us to begin to take active steps by engaging a prayer station to disrupt the works of the devil and to begin to advance the gospel of the kingdom of Jehovah in this time. Now, the news information stated the attack represents the deadliest elementary school shooting since a gunman killed 27 people, including 20 first graders at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newton, Connecticut in 2012, and the worst mass shooting ever at a school in Texas. Can you imagine that, saint? You see, that's why we need to take seriously our prayer station and become actively involved in participating with Jehovah to advance the gospel of the kingdom. Now, I want to show you a passage of scriptures. Now, let's my Bible. So, 2 Timothy 2, verse 22. 2 Timothy 2, verse 22. But flee youthful lust, and pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace, with those who call on Jehovah out of a pure heart. Amazing. Now, pursue. 2 Timothy 2:22 say, pursue faith, love, and peace. So there are two things mentioned in that passage. First, to flee, and second is to pursue. Now, many flee, but then they never pursue. Many flee youthful laws, but they don't pursue. So there are two connections there. The first is so flee youthful passions, youthful laws, youthful desires, and pursue. And pursue. Our prayer is that Jehovah will begin to cause there to be a mighty revival upon our youth in our schools, where young people will begin to flee youthful lust, and there will be and awakening in the heart of young people to begin to pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace. And this will become the trending thing. This will become the ambition. This will become the thing in vogue where our young people will begin to flee youthful laws as the gospel, the kingdom enters into school, elementary school, high school, secondary school, universities. There will be an an awakening where young people begin to pursue the hunger of the Holy Spirit in their heart, causing them to be convicted of sin and to begin to pursue righteousness, the right way of Jehovah, the right way of thinking, the right philosophy, right ideas, right behavior, right attitude, alongside faith, alongside love, agape love, alongside shalom, along with those who call on Jehovah out of a pure heart. There'll be this kind of desire in the heart of young people. They'll begin to call out on Jehovah from a pure heart, seeking other young people like themselves who call upon Jehovah out of a pure heart. There'll be new companionship, new relationship, new intimacy. Young people begin to walk away from evil communication that corrupt good manner. And this will begin in our young people, in our youth, in our schools. In the name of Yeshua, we pray. And this is so important, said we don't have to take this prayer station 8 lightly. Pray for youth and pray for schools, so killings and shootings and destructions like these can be halted by the power of the Spirit and by the active operation of the saint, engaging the power of the Holy Spirit to disrupt the activities of the wicked one. Few weeks ago there was a killing in uh the northern region in Nigeria called Sokoto, where a young schoolgirl doing an assignment did a WhatsApp audio message where she refuted and spoke concerning Islam. She made a statement concerning Islam. The next few days after she made a statement, young people began to pursue this girl. They stoned her to death. A young girl named Deborah was killed and stoned to death because of her comment and statement regarding Prophet Muhammad. Now, this is the callous. This is a place where the heart of young people are. Murder. The heart of young people right now is filled with murder, hatred, bitterness, anger, idolatry, and all forms of wicked ways. And if we do not rise in our prayer station to combat the activities of the wicked one, we are going to lose the soul of our youth to the devil. And I see this happening every time. When we moved our ministry to Port Harcourt, I began to engage young people. One of the young people who came to work on a on the Kingdom Legacy Project site. I was driving one day and I picked this young guy in a car to aid him get to his destination. So while I was driving, I was engaging this young man. The question, I said, "Why are you not working? Why are you not on the site working?" He said, "I don't have the tools to work." I said, "How come a young man like yourself, you're not in school, yet you don't have the tools to work?" As I began to speak, Saint, this young boy began to manifest demonic manifestation. He was manifesting an occultic spirit. He was into occultism. And while I was speaking, the power of the Holy Spirit was in the vehicle and he began to manifest. We've engaged young people, most of whom are involved in deep level occultism. Most of them 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years, 20 years. And some have literally refused transformation. To tell you where the heart of young people are, with the age of social media, Instagram, internet, and materialism, there is a deep emptiness in the soul of our young people. So the work of the preacher, that's one of the things we're praying for leaders and preachers. The preacher's responsibility in this time is the operation and engineering of the souls of men that the devil has captured. Souls of young people in our schools with all liberalism, all forms of liberal teachings that promote transgenderism, that promote gay, that promote killing, that promote abortion, that promote all manner of satisfaction of the sin of the flesh. Everything is all about the flesh now. It's hard to hear about virginity, sanctity, chastity, holiness, righteousness, faith, love, peace. There has to be a generation that will arise and see the deep need for us to be actively involved in prayer. And I'm calling you saints, as you listen to this broadcast, please don't go docile. Please don't go dormant. Please don't be careless. Don't be indifferent. Don't feel unconcerned. Don't forget, people just lost their loved ones. Don't forget, 19 children, 2 adults killed in Texas elementary school shooting. This could have been your children. This could have been our son. The same young man who killed these 19 children also killed his grandmother. The soul of young people is decaying. This decade is a decade of decay. We are in a decade of decay. This is why this prayer station is vital. You need to rise and you need to pray. We're praying for young people right now all across the world that they will begin to pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace in every elementary school, high school, university, colleges. We declare right now that there will be a revival where the hearts of our young people will begin to flee from youthful laws and they will begin to pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace. We declare this so today in Yeshua's mighty name we pray. Amen.